Hello, welcome to the 31st annual Alex Spanos All-Star Game here in Escondido, California. I'm Bo Furtick bringing you today's action of North versus South. It's bragging rights in San Diego County. The North has won the last 4 games. We will have special guests throughout the games. We will also have field reporters as well. Tim Gahn and Erica Cardenas down low. Kevin Bear up top with the camera. Pablo Espinal as the producer. I'm Bo Furtick, like I said, bringing you a myriad of guests. We'll have Paul Rudy, Burt Grossman, Commissioner Joe Hines on the mic. And it looks like at this moment, the South roster is being announced. Each individual player will be announced from both rosters. We will make sure to get the players and notes of each player out on the broadcast. We had a lot of fans, a lot of coaches, a lot of teammates reach out and say good things about the players playing in today's game. As mentioned before, the North has won this game the last 4 times. So South is looking to end the streak for the North. And that is going to round off the South roster. Bonita Vista head coach Tyler Arciaga is leading the way for the South team as it goes for both sides, especially for the South. Starting with the South, it goes, they pick an East Coast, they pick a city coach, and today, for this year, they picked a South coach in Tyler Arciaga. And for the North, they're led by Coach Baldwin of Ramona. This is his 4th All-Star game. And speaking with Coach Arciaga before the game, he said, you know, players ended their season with an L, so this will be a great time to have their high school season end on a win. And it looks like we have Erica Cardenas down on the field. She's not ready? Okay. We will have the Chargers present a check. The MVP of both sides will have $500 go to their program of choice. Or not program of choice, but the program that they played at.
Carmelo Chapman. Number 10, wide receiver from Escondido, Abraham Perez. Number 14, quarterback from El Camino, Kaya Reed. Number 17, wide receiver from Mount Carmel, Luke Severe. The kicker and punter from Mission Hill, Jordan Breyer.
Hey, old-timers, everybody with your arm.
Number 20, linebacker, Rancho Florida, Kessler Lane. Number 21, defensive end from Mount Carmel, Darren Parham. Number 22.
And we are now going to send it down to Erica Cardenas with a Charger former player.
Hey guys, Erica Cardenas here at the Alex Spanos with the classic tip-off. I'm here with Corey Luger from, that's the French way of saying it. He played defensive tackle for the Chargers. Can you just introduce yourself to our viewers at home? Just tell us who you are and your history here in San Diego.
Corey Luger. I was one of the San Diego Chargers back. I was drafted in 2011. And I played for the Chargers for 8 years. In my last couple of years, I bounced around the league a little bit, but I'm always in charge of people.
We love that. And have you been to this game before?
No, I have not been to this game before, and this is my first year being retired, and me being at this game is it's quite fulfilling being at a high school.
What's it mean to you? I mean, you've been through this, and they're wearing your jersey colors. What's it mean to you to be here, and what do you think this means for a community like San Diego?
It brings the young energy out. It brings the young guys pass out. I'm glad that we started out here playing and being active. For me, you know, bringing back to great days from when I was a kid. And, I didn't have any responsibilities when I had a carefree mindset, and I was able to just go out there and play freely. You know, it wasn't a business. So, for me, most importantly, I want these kids out here to have fun because, you know, you don't get high school again. And this is the moment here, cherish it and go play.
Any other advice you'd like to give to these seniors and just everyone watching at home who plays ball? Just any advice?
Be where you are at, be in the moment, be aware of your surroundings, and make the best of your opportunities.
Beautiful. Anything you want to add, Corey?
No, that'll be all.
All right, thank you. We'll send it back to you up there, Bo.
Great job, Erica. Thank you, Corey, for those inspiring words to all those kids watching here today. As mentioned, it's the 31st annual Alex Spanos Classic, the longest running tradition for all-star games in California. It's the North versus South. We got bragging rights on the line. The North has won the last 4 games as we're rounding off the last few names from the North side. Also, a big story coming out of this game. John Shacklett's wife passed away. John Shacklett was one of the men who was instrumental in really starting this all-star game with the San Diego High School Sports Association, and a longtime friend of the Prep Pigskin Report as well. And Morris coach, legend, living legend right now, and he'll go down with the best of them after it's all said and done. They're going to have a moment of silence as well as a letter read by the Shacklett family on John Shacklett's wife, and they have stickers on the back of their helmets, the North and the South, representing Shacklett's wife with the initials JS.
Number 72, offensive lineman, Justin Phillips. Number 75, offensive lineman from Rancho Bernardo, Jake Hyatt. Number 76, offensive lineman from Mission Hills, Van Swire. Number 77, offensive lineman and co-captain from Oceanside, Jonah Zimmerman. Number 79, defensive lineman from Westview, Matthias Johnson. Number 80, wide receiver from Orange Glen, Malachi Keel. Number 81, wide receiver from Del Norte, Jonah Kang. Number 85, wide receiver from the Oceanside, Tanner Collins. The head coach of the Northern All-Stars, Mr. David Baldwin. That's your home team this evening.
And Northside is the home team coming to you from Escondido High School as the Chargers are going to present the check. Thank you, LA Chargers, especially Kim Layton and Chase Hartman, providing the check along with Coach John Shacklett and Corey Legit.
Tonight's honorary captain. First, the honorary captain for the North Squad, a member of the Chargers 2011-2019 All-Decade Team, and the 5th leading scorer in team history, former Chargers kicker Nick Novak. Nice welcome to Nick Novak. Next, the honorary captain for the South Squad, the Chargers' first-round pick in the 2011 NFL Draft. He recorded nearly 300 tackles in 8 seasons with the team. Former Chargers defensive lineman Corey Legit. Nice hand for Corey Legit.
Corey Legit, the South representative. First-round draft pick for the San Diego Chargers. On the other side, kicker Nick Novak, former San Diego Charger representing the North side. And once again, thank you to Chargers community relations person Chase Hartman providing the $20,000 check to the San Diego High School Sports Association. We're about to get underway here. A few other things to mention. The north and the south side both have stickers on the back of their helmets in remembrance of Judy Shacklett, the wife of John Shacklett, who is one of the founding fathers of this San Diego High School Sports Association. The captain's about to come onto the field. For the north side is Defensive Player of the Year out of the Avocado League, Jaden Latua, and big number 77 out of Oceanside, Jonah Zimmerman, standing about 6'4", 300 pounds. And for the south, captains coming to midfield. First time we've seen this in the 31-year history of this game is Saintsman Isaiah Presley and Grayson Halton. This game will be played most like other high school games, just no blitzing in the A or B gaps. Not going to have any rushes on punts. They're going to be kicking from the 35 instead of the 40. They are going to allow kickoff and punt returns, which is going to be nice, allowing some skill players to get some additional looks. North team is in the blue bottoms, white tops, and the south team in the white bottom, royal blue tops, yellow blue tops. Once again, the captains from St. Augustine, Grayson Halton and Isaiah Presley. For the south team, and for the north team, Jonah Zimmerman and Jaden Latua. And after this toss, we're going to have a note from Judy Shacklett's daughter. In the note, Judy Shacklett was a loving and devoted wife of Coach John Shacklett. In their 60 years of marriage, Judy attended all but 3 Morris High School football games and accompanied the team and coaching staff on their trips to Hawaii. She even taught a few ball players how to do laundry on those trips. After Coach Shack retired from coaching, Judy stayed in touch with many ball players through social media. She was selfless and had a sharp sense of humor that friends and family loved. Judy was a devoted grandma as well. There wasn't an event she wouldn't bring cookies to. On October 15th, surrounded by family, Judy passed away peacefully at home. She is survived and missed by her husband, John Shacklett, daughters Mindy, Rebecca, Tracy, and grandchildren Riley, Elizabeth, and Daniel. You ready? Let's go.
Where am I?
You ready to bring Paul in? You have him unmuted? Yeah, you can grab that. And it looks like the North team will receive the kickoff.
Are you coming back?
And my first guest among many here today was a creator of the Prep Pickers Report, a guy who had a vision and turned it into a reality, Paul Rudy. What do these All-Star games mean to you?
Well, I'll tell you what, we can pontificate on that right now, but let's enjoy the national anthem, should we not?
We should.
Judith Jackson. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The Shacklett family would like to thank the High School Sports Association and the LA Chargers, especially Kim Lake and Chase Hartman, for taking the time to honor this amazing woman, Judith Shacklett. Now, please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you.
that was a nice touch there. Before the national anthem, they recognized Judy Shacklett, who passed away just a month ago. 61-year marriage with Coach Shack. Coach Shack, of course, a big part of what this game's all about, and a big player in the San Diego County football scene, high school football scene. And that was a nice, touching remembrance of his wife, who you probably never got a chance to meet. But
if she was anything like Shaq, she was a good person.
Well, I'll tell you what. Any coach that wins 5 section titles usually has a great woman running the show that could have won 8 had she been coaching the team.
Right.
So, and she was the brains of the operation. Coach Shack would freely admit it. So anyhow, nice touch there.
And as mentioned before, both the programs or both sides have a sticker on the back of their helmet in remembrance of Judy Shacklett. And here's the start. A late whistle.
Well, the ball 1 yard into the end zone. They don't, for safety reasons, they don't let you bring it out of the end zone. But boy, I still think it's the most exciting football play that they've.
Some players earn their stripes. They earn a career off of it.
Well, that's how a lot of guys make an NFL roster to begin with their play on special teams. Now, basically, they're outlawing the kickoff, and I don't even know why we go through the ceremony of kicking the ball off, because just about everybody now has a kicker who can reach the end zone.
Coming onto the field to start for the North is going to be Kaya Reed. Coach Baldwin brought in a 2-quarterback system, or 2-quarterback set. He said 3 quarterbacks often too much. He wanted to give as many guys as many looks as possible. And Kaya Reed out of El Camino passed for about 1,830 yards, completed about 55% of his pass, and could also use his legs as well. This is Frankie Franchina out of Rancho Bernardo, one of the leading backs in all of the county.
Was a nominee for the PPR Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, when you talk about numbers,
over 1,500 yards rushing, right?
Yeah, when overall numbers, he was one of the best from both sides of this program.
He did really well in the Instagram voting. He was a very popular choice for, obviously, for a lot of folks up in the North County.
And when looking back at this season, what were some things that stood out to you, Paul?
Well, that kid, he ran with heart. I mean, so he was certainly one of them. We'll talk more about it, hopefully, as we go through the game, of some of the guys that maybe that didn't get the spotlight as much as they should have. Their athletic ability dictated that they should have gotten more love than they could, but for a variety of reasons they didn't. It's impossible to recognize every great athlete. I mean, we're seeing that today, Bo. We have 3 state champions.
3 for 3.
3 for 3, and another 3 teams that could maybe have been there. So it's had they not put Helix and Mater Dei in the same bracket, had Patrick Henry had just one little more offensive gas. I mean, we play some good football here in the county. It's impossible to recognize every good athlete, as we found out this year.
Cathedral, Mater Dei, Lincoln, those programs would normally play for the South, and you're going to see that a few times here today, a little miscommunication. Obviously, both of these offenses trying to implement a system within a week or two.
Talk about a challenge.
Yeah.
You have limited time together. It's always going to favor the defense, which is just more of a natural. You see the guy with the ball, go tackle him. It's real simple to play deep. Offense requires a little more time together.
Right.
So our first punt of the day. Special teams will also be another aspect of the game that will struggle, as that punt is a real short one.
High punt's going to kick at midfield and in favor of the North.
It worked out about 38 yards. It was fun. Earlier this week we had Danny Davis and Isaiah Presley on the Good Morning San Diego, and we posted that interview, and I thought, it's an all-star game. There might be a little interest. Boy, the views it got was really, really something. I mean,
two quality kids.
2 quality kids, but there's also interest. There's still, even though the Chargers have left your town, there's still a lot of interest in what is the longest-running all-star game here in the state of California.
And starting in the back for the South is going to be Isaiah Presley, the running back out of St. Augustine.
There's our first penalty of the game. Isaiah is one of the kids, Bo, that I thought had St. Augustine had a regular year,
right.
Had Grayson not sucked all the Grayson Holton sucked all the air out of the room. Isaiah Presley should have gotten more love than he did on the PPR.
Running back.
He's very much like
the running back from St. Augustine a while back.
that won the trophy out
Right.
Preston,
Right.
Very similar in stature. And
As Presley gets knocked out of bounds after again a couple. You talk about the running backs from the South. We got Presley, Zane Delcourt out of Coronado, Elijah Lux, who really came on late out of Patrick Henry. You talk about guys that didn't get a lot of love.
in another year, Lux would have been on our podium.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously coming from a smaller program, but they had electricity, guys that can do it all.
In another year, at least he was up for Offensive Player of the Year, was he not?
Yeah.
So I mean, he got a little love, but he deserved more. All right, we've seen 2 penalties in the first 3 plays from scrimmage.
Yeah, and this is Trenton Giles behind snap.
They'll push it back another 5 yards.
Giles on the season's averaged about 200 yards per game, 2,300 passing yards, 14 passing touchdowns out of Grossmont. He also uses legs as well. Had a couple games with 100-plus yards on the ground.
Because the defense has a built-in advantage in these all-star games, Bo, the rules are modified to give the offense a fighting chances, and the fact that blitzing is eliminated and things of that nature.
Well, they can blitz off the edge. That's something they
not
did add, but not up the middle.
Yeah.
Giles will look over the middle. Throws high, and our first turnover, interception by the North at the 50, now in the South Territory.
Is that Eric Gant?
Eric Gant, the DB out of Poway. You talk about guys that play at big programs but don't get the recognition. Poway's been a powerhouse for some time, and Gant had one thrown right to him.
I believe I might have met his little brother coming in.
Well, little brother is proud of big brother Eric after that
I'm
interception.
going to take over on the 25-yard line, Bo.
This is their second offensive possession. The spin move in the backfield. Nice move by Franchina as they had him for a tackle for loss.
Is that Yokley that came up from his...
Didn't see who came up on that one. I was too enamored by that spin move in the backfield. Picked up a couple. Bringing up a 2nd and 8. First scoring threat of the game after the interception return from Eric Gant. 3 receivers to the right. Quarterback will roll that way. Hits his receiver in the flats. Picks up a first down and will get tackled inside the 10. That's Chance Matson. Little Ramona Bulldog to Ramona Bulldog right there.
They doubled up Grayson Halton on the edge there, trying to roll around him. Even with 2 guys on Grayson, they still had to get rid of the ball, but thankfully got rid of it quickly enough.
Yeah, you talk about
keep an eye on number 6. Man.
Best players on the field.
Yeah, that kid can play. And now that he's looking for a new school, he's motivated.
Sobsack hands it off to Franchina inside the 5. He'll get tackled there, bringing up a 2nd and goal.
Hard running there.
Yeah, you talk about a bit undersized Franchina, but he runs with a lot of heart.
You know, we should probably talk about how important these All-Star games suddenly have become now with the NC2A coaching carousel spinning as fast as it is. And basically we had a decommitment party this past week with all the kids from Oregon saying, hey, we're going to rethink this. Suddenly these All-Star games are another chance to show people who might be looking for a new school to attend.
Sobsack behind snap. Couple running backs.
I still play up the middle.
Up the middle. That's Caden Von Howe out of San Marcos. You know, talk about San Marcos. It only took half a quarter to bring this up, but they were devastated by COVID. They had their starting quarterback, their starting receiver, their best defensive lineman, their head coach, their offensive coordinator all out in that playoff game against Eastlake. And you know, you talk about losing by less than one score against a good quality program. San Marcos did really well. And one of the reasons why was because Gaten Von Hout, the running back out of San Marcos. Franchina back in.
Having a little trouble getting lined up here, but now they got figured out.
Third and goal inside the 5.
They took too long to get lined up.
And our first time out by Coach Baldwin with 7:03 remaining here in the first quarter, still scoreless.
Better than a 5-yard penalty. Yeah, you know, that COVID thing was a tricky wicket for a sticky wicket for a lot of schools, because as far as I know, the kids weren't sick. They were just, it was, you know, contact tracing and being around somebody who tested positive. And boy, that is, you know, that
the NFL is still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, and if the NFL can't figure it out, then how's a high school going to be able to figure it out? But then they were letting kids go back to school, but they couldn't play football because they were around somebody who tested positive, and it was, you know, a handful of games were lost. I guess we should be thankful we got the season in, but I hope by next fall we have a whole different attitude about how we're going to handle COVID.
Sobczak behind snap, the Valley Offensive Player of the Year, leading the Bulldogs to the D3 Section Championship game, losing to the eventual state champions, Mater Dei Crusaders. Completed about 63% of his passes, added 22 touchdowns in the air. The handoff off the left side, Franchina, can he get to the edge? Great open field tackle.
So now we have our first big coaching decision of the night. Hard running, harder tackling.
Jaden Cortell, who led the county in interceptions with a great open field tackle in open space.
So a yard out, and they're going to go for it.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that.
I might want to put the ball right back in Franchina's hands.
Ramona and Coach Baldwin was known for their running attack, and they come back out in the goal line formation. Offset eye to the right of Sobczak. He's known to run it as well.
Quarterback sneak, and it looks like
they will call his number. Did he get in? And our first touchdown goes to the Ramona Bulldog, Devin Sobczak. And not surprising, obviously Coach Baldwin wants to give everyone a little bit of love, but a former player in Sobczak gets him on the board first.
All right.
So a turnover leading to the first touchdown. Interception by Eric Gant, returning it inside the 30.
And so now with the extra points, there is no pass rush, so it's just a matter of can your kicker connect from what would be a 30-yard field goal. Jordan Dwyer, it's up, and it's no good. So the North squad takes a 6-0 lead to the kickoff.
So Scripps Ranch won a big one today.
Yeah, I mean, and Bo, I mean no disrespect, because I was rooting just as hard for Scripps Ranch as I was rooting for Cathedral and Mater Dei. But to me, their title's even more special because they're a true public school, and you know they won with kids from Jenny from the Block kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know? And what a magical year it has to be for Marlin Gardnero, their first section title and their first state title.
Yeah, San Diego teams performed well. I was at both of the games yesterday, and
I mean, really, we won convincingly.
I was just going to say, took the words right out of my mouth. They were both convincing wins. It was great to see.
So I'm really proud, you know, and I honestly think that you know, a big part of the success of our Prep Pigskin Report is largely due to the quality of high school football.
Right. Kickoff will be brought in inside the 20. That's Javier Sanchez.
Running hard, and they'll
as always, the two-way player out of Sweetwater. Big number 44. Talking to Sweetwater assistant coach, Coach Thurman, raved about this guy. The Red Devil captain has high character. The senior was a two-way player that started 3 years at the varsity level. Had 58 rushes for 768 yards, added 14 touchdowns, and on defense, 39 tackles, 15 and a half of those went for losses, 6.5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, a pair of fumble recoveries, and also had an interception as well.
Is that Chase Osborne?
It is Chase Osborne out of Mission Bay. Had a career year. And the handoff up the middle. Goes from now. When you talk about North and South, the big downfall for the South is they're often outsized by the North, and you're going to see that a little bit here today. You look at that front line of the defense, and those are big boys up front.
Yeah, you can. It's not always accurate, but the eye test, they just look bigger.
Up at the front, Barrett, the Bear Brennan, his defensive line coach, had some great things to say about him. 3 down linemen. Looks like they're going to bring pressure off the edge. Oh, they drop back. Osborne looks left, has his receiver in the flats, and he'll be
just shy of the first down. 3rd and short.
That was number 81 out of Grossmont, Ryan Rodick, on the season. 71 receptions, just under 1,000 yards, and 8 touchdowns on the season. He had a career year as a senior.
So 3rd and 2, make it. You know, I think I'd run that exact same play the other way. We might have found a little bit of a mismatch there.
Class Osborne out of Mission Bay. 2 receivers to his left, 2 to the right.
Talk about the quarterback class of 2021.
Hands it off to Lux, and off the edge, the tackle for loss.
Well, they should have listened to me.
I had 11 on the tackle, but I don't have 11 on the roster. Nonetheless, it was a loss of 4, bringing up a 4th and 5. And the North defense doing their job on back-to-back chances.
And here you're seeing what all-star games, the confusion of people who are not always used to playing on the special teams suddenly find themselves being, hey, where are you? Get on the field.
David Martinez out of Steel Canyon onto punt. Just under 4:30 remaining.
Still, I don't see 11 players out there yet. 1, 2, 3. We're missing a guy.
Yeah, neither does Coach Arciaga.
And
yeah, I spoke with Coach Arciaga before the game, and he said, man, as far as like on field, the players, it's about as good as it gets. He was spoiled with the players picking up so quickly. But things like that, just putting everything together, can be a headache.
It just, that takes, think when you have just your kids at the start of August, still takes 2 weeks of the regular season before you're, lining up in the right places and doing. To expect these kids on a part-time basis to pick it up, you're going to have to make allowances.
Caught up with West Hills head coach Casey Ash of West Hills, talking about Dylan Snyder, jack of all trades, the Wolfpack. This season did it all on the offensive and defensive side, receiving, rushing, returning kicks, defending. He was always begged to throw the ball.
Uh-oh.
Maybe we might see him off the pressure, off the edge.
Oh! And there's our... Well, that's going to be...
looks like...
This could be whistled for interference, so you had to give the guy... So it's going to be a nice little return without a return. Because they're going to get 15 yards tacked down there. Oops.
And the pressure off the edge, the tackle for loss, Mission Hills, Peter Ayabi, and then had the pressure off the edge on that punt as well. But there is a flag on the field on the punt return. And if the flag and the penalty holds, it looks like the north side will get their third offensive possession, second inside South territory. Yeah.
Whoa, what happened?
So, yeah, you can't rush on the punt, and then
so we're going to do it all over again.
Foul, we're going to have fun again. So a re-kick for Martinez, who averages about 38 yards in the air.
Yeah, I was wondering how that rusher was allowed to come in.
Well, after that tackle for loss, the juices were flowing.
Yeah, he thought, hey, I can make another big play, especially if no one's going to block me.
Punt from the 35 will bounce at the 33, and no return. Scooped by Carmelo Chapman, the DB out of Mission Hills. And that's where the north side will start their third offensive possession. Inside their own 30. Coming back onto the field for the north is number 14, Kaya Reed out of El Camino.
But just to get back to what we were kind of talking about before the double penalty there, was the level of quarterback play in our county was good this year. It's going to be off the chart next year.
Yeah. Reed will keep it himself. Gets to the first level, dives forward, picks up about 10 or 11, and will pick up a first down. As mentioned, 456 yards on the ground. Led El Camino with 8 rushing touchdowns.
I always thought those run-pass options were too difficult for the high school level. Now they're standard fare, even in an all-star game.
Well, it's the simplicity and the options that it provides is nice.
Yeah, but you have to have an incredible athlete,
Right.
of which we're seeing.
Yeah, and both quarterbacks for the North, both Sobczak and Reed. We saw Sobczak on that QB sneak for an easy score. He had 5 rushing touchdowns on the season. Reed has 3 receivers to his left. He'll hand the ball off. This is the Maranatha running back, Isaac Stone. 85 carries for 433 yards on the season, averaged about 5 yards per pop. Jaden Kendricks, leading tackler in the county. We talk about one of the better defenders. You'll hear him a lot today. Was all league, leading the county in tackles with 133, 4.2 GPA. Nephew of former NFL tight end Lance Kendricks. Look at the best of both worlds. Reed rolls right, beats Halton to the edge, has a receiver downfield, and hits him inside the 25. Great job by Reed, eluding the pressure.
Of Halton again.
And that's Luke Sevier out of Mount Carmel. Sevier had 73 receptions for 850 yards, 3 touchdowns on the season. Led the Palomar League in receiving yards. Another great program, our Coach of the Year, out of Mount Carmel. Provided a great program.
If he could have aired that out just a couple yards further, it would be a 2-score game already.
Coach Wessling doing a great job implementing his system quickly at Mount Carmel. Reed still on the field. Franchina in his left hip pocket, 3 receivers to the left. He'll roll that way. Franchina provides an edge. And the great defensive play by Jaden Jackson out of Eastlake.
The crowd is calling for pass interference. I think he got there right on time.
Let's get a player right now and then a coach right after.
Second and 10, 2:30 remaining. Here in the first quarter, North up 7-0. Franchina in the backfield. I formation. The play fake to Franchina. Reed looks down the right side in the end zone. Was it picked?
No, dropped it.
Looked like he bobbled it, and he did. An opportunity for Jaden Jackson, the Eastlake secondary.
Would have liked to have that one back.
Bringing up a 3rd and 10. That was gift wrapped. Excuse me, that was Jaden Cortell out of East Lake.
Who's that PPR? Is that
Allison Edmonds.
what you doing?
KUSI. Duncan's here. Jaden Cortell, all-league player, led the county with 7 interceptions, dual sport athlete. His father was a 2-time all-conference DB at Colorado State.
Well, if I'm the South, I'm telling Grayson,
Pin your ears back.
yeah, pin your ears back and.
And delay game by the
Now it becomes a 3rd and 15, and now I'm telling Grayson, pin both ears back because this is your down. Because I don't see anybody on that other team that's going to block you. I mean, look at the matchup that they're possibly going to have.
Reed rolls right and will run out of real estate. There is Laundry on the field, but talk about Grayson, best overall player in San Diego, speaking with his head coach, impact player on both sides. Would you agree with that?
Well, all I'll say is in 23 years of doing the PPR, we've never had somebody up for both the Player of the Year and the Iron Hog. So it's never happened before. On that scorecard, he's in a league of his own. So now instead of having a 3rd and 15, I believe we have a 3rd and 30. What do you have in the playbook now, Bolt?
We're going to try to get it in field goal range for our kicker. I'm
please.
sure that's what Coach Baldwin is trying to get on this 3rd and long.
All right. Last time
Don't turn the ball over.
They had a lineman and a back doubling on Grayson. I would have 2 linemen and a back now on 3rd and 30.
Reed still.
Maybe a
In there
screenplay
from
here or a draw.
Severe, King, and Matson to the left of Reed. And there's your screen to Severe. Has some blockers downfield. The South rallies and will bring Severe down at the 40. Bringing up a 4th and 2 long to go for it.
Yes. I think they would have a hard time punting the ball to the first down mark.
On to kick is Jordan Dwyer, the kicker punter out of Mission Hills. Dwyer at midfield. Nice high kick.
Just let it go.
Inside the 10. And that will be brought in. That's where the North will start their 3rd offensive possession with 1:27 remaining in the first quarter.
You know, I guess what warms my heart, bro, is seeing how these kids want to be here and the fun they're having.
Right.
You know, I always thought maybe some of these games were, but they want to do it, they want to play, and the instincts kick in. They want to win, you know?
Oh, and speaking with Coach Arciaga before, he said, you know, all these kids ended their high school career with a loss.
Yeah.
So
this is a chance to turn that around.
And the deep bomb down the near side of the field. Well defended right there.
They're going for Oakley.
By Chance Matson.
Trying to go put your best skill guy against a shorter corner, but the shorter corner prevailed.
Well defended, hip to hip. Good defense on Yoakley. Bigger receiver. Played a lot of quarterback as well.
I mean, really, at the end of the night, it's a simple game. You want to get one of your best open field people in space, get them the ball, and let nature take over.
And that's kind of the difficulty too, because South has more than a handful of skill players that can do it on any down. So when a handoff off the right side, and the North rallies to the ball. No gain on the run. Looks like Zane Delcor, the 1,000-yard rusher out of Coronado, unable to pick up anything with about a minute remaining in the first quarter.
A lot of mismatches up front. At some point, I think you're just going to have to air it out.
Yeah, I would say
that
overall,
short passing game is going to be your best bet.
the South definitely has the better running back core, but the size up front for the North is going to be very difficult to run on. And that's what they're having difficulties with here right now. Zane Delcourt remains in the game along with Trenton
A lot of
Giles.
confusion on the offensive side of the ball right here.
Three receivers to the left of Giles. He'll step up in the pocket. He'll tuck and run.
Ooh.
And takes a big hit at the 16.
Was that Marquise Bell from El Camino?
It was.
He plays football the way God intended.
El Camino provides a lot of those guys.
Yes.
Just big, nasty up front.
Yeah.
I mean, even when they have a down year, they're always competitive. The Avocado League.
Just tough kids.
And that will end the first quarter here, the Alex Spanos Classic. It's North 6, South 0. We have our field reporter, Erica Cardenas, down on the field. Looks like she has a player with her. Looks like Avocado Defensive Player of the Year, Jaden Latua. Let's go ahead and send him down to Erica down on the field.
Hey guys, I'm down here with Jaden Latua. He's a star defensive back from the Mission Hills Grizzlies. Jaden, the last time we saw you play was in the Open Division playoffs. How's it feel to be back on the field with all these guys?
It feels good, getting one last high school game of your life really means a lot. Getting chosen out of all the great players in San Diego just means a lot.
On that note, did you have any, favorite players here in the county that you were looking forward to playing with?
Mackey from EC, he's pretty dope. A couple RB guys, the running back, the linebacker. Who else? Corners from EC, promotion side, because I know a bunch of those guys.
Great game from you so far. Are you playing any other sports after football?
No, I'm in that weight room. I'm not playing any other sports.
All right, Jaden, thanks a lot. Have fun out there. All right, but we'll send it back to you up there. We'll see you at the end of the second.
Thank you, Erica. That was Jaden Latua out of Mission Hills, the Avocado Defense Player of the Year. Talk about another just great athlete that went both ways. He did it offensively and defensively for the Grizzlies.
Sure did. We were going to have him on the PPR, but he had a family emergency and it precluded his appearing the night he was scheduled to be in studio.
North will get the ball back at the 43. The start of the second quarter. Looks like Devin Sobsack will come back in, the quarterback out of Ramona, along with Franchina in his left hip pocket. Two receivers to the right. He will look that way initially. The quick hit to Malachi Keels. And Keels will be wrapped up around the first down marker. It looks like he'll get the forward progress for a dozen yards and a first down. You talk about skilled players. Malachi Keels on the outside is probably the best on the field.
Just way too much room on the cushion there by Nathan Giles. Steel Canyon defensive back was.
Keels had over 1,000 yards receiving, a dozen touchdowns on the season. Dennis Andrew as the quarterback threw 29 passing touchdowns, and 12 of those went to Keels. He had 55 receptions also on the season. Back in the game is Maranatha running back Isaac Stone. He's to the right hip pocket and moves to the left of Sobsack. Sobsack will roll left, has his receiver in the flats, will hit him at the 40, and a nice open field tackle on the outside by the South. Looked like number 20, Noah Concepcion out of Otay Ranch on the tackle, bringing up about a 2nd and 5. Coming back in the game is Danny Davis out of San Pasqual. He played quarterback for the Golden Eagles, but they were a running team, so they used his arms and legs.
Big kid. Stood next to him in studio. Big, solid kid.
Davis will get the handoff off the left side.
And he did that on his own.
Got hit at the line of scrimmage. Picked up a couple yards after that.
Kind of has that Lucky Sutton build, Frank.
You know, I stood next to Lucky, and the guy just runs so hard. I thought he'd be a lot bigger than what he was.
Yeah.
Even there was a run yesterday. His first touch of the game went for 75 yards for a score, and the defensive back thought he had the edge on Lucky, and he just kept running right by him.
One of the mysteries of this season is why there are not more Power 5 schools on top of Lucky right now.
Oh yeah.
That's got to change in the next 48 hours or so.
I saw he did have an offer this last week. Quick snap, and the reception over the middle inside the 35. Gabriel Lutz, the Ramona Bulldog. We do have a flag on the field, in the backfield. We have a legal formation on the offense, not enough guys on the line. So they will redo that third down, nullifies the first down. You know, you played football a little bit. What do you miss most about it?
I miss the camaraderie, the friendships, the group fear, the group thrill of victory.
Of overcoming.
Yeah. I can remember a time in 1978, we were playing Madison West. Their average margin of victory was like 40 points. They had 105 guys on their team. We had 36. I was up against Tim Straka, who went on to play for the Badgers and play in the NFL for a little while.
Pressure from behind.
And I can remember them pounding on their lockers. And the movie hadn't come out yet, but it was reminiscent of the scene in Gladiator when the slaves were waiting to come out to be mauled by the Roman soldiers and the tigers and whatnot. There were little piddles of I mean, I remember looking around. We were just all scared to death. But there's something about that experience. There's a bond there that some of those people are still my friends now, 50 years later.
You go into war and come out differently.
Yes, but I mean, and you survived it. You realize it's just a football game, and
right.
Okay, we got beat 55-7, but we all lived to talk about it.
Right.
And those are life lessons: how to overcome your fear, and how to deal with humiliation. Those are just subtle life lessons that you cannot get anywhere but sports.
Well,
and football in particular.
Yeah, you talk about a lot of life learning lessons. You know, overcoming adversity, facing fear. I mean, those are things that are long lasting in people's lives.
Absolutely, and I get that every mom and dad has to make the decision about whether or not, you know, there's some safety issues, and yeah, there's some serious injuries. There's no doubt about it. But I'll tell you what, so is there in life, and everything's a risk reward decision. Be it driving out, riding a bike, or diving off a high dive, or whatever, you know. And to me, the risk-reward quotient of football is still in favor of playing the sport, because there's, especially in the year 2021.
Nate Roble Cristobal, the Bonita Vista Barron quarterback, onto the field for the first time today. Tyler Arciaga trying to get him some looks, being the head coach of the South team, the Southpaw. Had a good career in the South. Bounced around from school to school, but found his place at Bonita Vista. False start brings up a 1st and 15 as the South moves back. Isaiah Presley in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left of Cristobal. Savion a bad snap will go into the end zone. Cristobal will land on it, and a safety for the north side. So our first bad snap of the game, and the North goes up 8-0 here in the second.
Now it's important the South to shake this off. It's still a one-possession game. It's nothing more than a touchdown with a 2-point conversion. So kick the ball away and keep your chin up.
That was another great example of, we talk about this game and there's, it's okay, it's fun free, just go out there, have fun, but when you're playing against talent on the other side that's just as equally as good, or if not better, I mean, these emotions are running strong, and
sure,
it creates things like that on that bad snap.
All these guys are here for a reason. They're prideful athletes, and they play with a sense of pride. So no one wants to get humiliated in an all-star game. But we've seen these things 1,000 times now, or at least I've seen this version of this game 23 times.
Yeah.
And it can look terrible in the first half, and then boom, suddenly
Something clicks.
Something clicks.
Yeah.
You find a matchup that works to your advantage, and everything turns, and next thing you know, it's a one-score game at the end. I mean, look no further than the Thursday nighter between the Vikings and Steelers for
You had to bring that up.
how things can change on a dime.
Big win by the Vikings on Thursday. And the bounce picked up at the 25, crosses the 40, and a big hit by Grayson Halton.
Jeez. I'm sorry, but that kid plays angry. He plays the way this sport was intended to be played.
I saw the highlights against Lincoln, and I mean, Lincoln about as athletically gifted on the defensive end, and he's just throwing guys to the side.
And his mother says he's a teddy bear at home, but he's a grizzly bear on the field.
North will take over at their own 44. 8:25 remaining in the first half.
Man, if I was like San Diego State,
You'd be all over.
It's those kind of kids that if you keep them close to home.
Franchina, the single back in the backfield. Reed will hand it off to him. Plants his foot off the left side. Defense
No gain.
gets to the ball for maybe a small gain of 1.
Hey, Bo, you're gonna have to tell me why the North roster is in blue, but they're not. They're in white.
They're in white because they're the home team.
The program is confusing. Then this should be white and this should be blue.
Well, this was an updated roster that we got, the South roster. They had a few guys that didn't fit jerseys. They
Hence, you have a defensive back wearing 95 or 85. All right.
a couple guys.
Well, this is interesting for moving 4 guys pre-snap.
And they'll toss that way to the near side. Wide side of the field. Franchina gets to midfield and is brought down inside South territory. Eventually brought down by number 21, Antoine Yoakley, the brother of Savion. Talk about Antoine Yoakley. He led Division III in receiving yards. Imagine that, having a brother that you threw to Savion to Antoine. How fun that would have been.
And, you know, we were talking about guys who you know, maybe he didn't get the kind of love that because his brother was took all the air out of the room. All right. I still run a play action pass here, bro.
3rd and 1. Definitely has the size on the outside.
Instead, they'll sneak it through for the first down.
Reed will pound his way forward for a gain of 2 and a first down for the North.
Who are your other guest commentators tonight?
Bert Grossman and Commissioner Joe Hines.
Very cool. Are they doing the second half with you?
That's the word.
Oh, I saw them both.
We do have an injury on the field. It looks like Reed, Kyra Reed out of El Camino. Yeah, I know Joe well. Obviously, you know Bert well. Joe was my offensive coordinator. He was a head coach for me at Chula Vista, and just seeing him grow through the years and become a CIF commissioner, that we're in good hands with him. Here at Chick Embry Field in Escondido, California. I'm Bo Fertig alongside Paul Rudy, bringing you today's action of the 31st annual Alex Spanos Classic.
1st and 10.
Danny Davis back in the backfield. And that play is blown up by Grayson Halton out of St. Augustine.
He almost took the handoff.
He almost took the handoff and the head off of Danny Davis.
That was one of those read options, and the only thing you could read there was disaster.
The only thing Danny Davis read was Halton's number.
Yes. And probably could smell his aftershave, too. I mean, picture Grayson Halton maybe 10 pounds lighter. Turn 10 pounds lighter, and or more muscle, put a little more muscle on. He's going to be an NFL football player.
Yeah.
Because at the next level, they're going to, it's all going to be about nutrition and working out.
Stop sack, looks left.
Grayson Hall breaks
in
it up
the flats, but Halton, whether he gets to the ball or not, is the impact player, and he's making plays here today.
If there's such thing as a first half MVP, Grayson has got my vote.
Both sides will have MVPs, and their respective programs will get a $500 check to the program. Oftentimes the program will give it back to that player at the collegiate level.
God, I hope Tom Telesco is watching this feed, because
he has a few guys on this field that could possibly be in bolts.
I hate to put that kind of pressure on the kid, but he screams at you from even from a distance.
3rd and 15. Stop sack under snap. The play fake. Drops back. The deep bomb down the left side of the field. Hits his receiver, but unable to bring it in was Malachi Keels.
And those are the kind of plays that we saw Malachi make in the regular season. Offensive Player of the Year nominee.
And the great defense on the outside by Jaden Cortell, the Eastlake defensive back. Step for step with Keels. Looked like Keels initially brought that in, but Cortell with his hands just followed through, knocking that ball loose.
And again, it was Holton on the pressure, though, that had to make him get rid of that ball maybe just a fraction of a second sooner than he wanted to.
Punt near side. Will kick at the 22. Scooped inside the 15. That's Presley. And brought down
goes nowhere
by a group of Norths.
Hey, where can someone watch this?
YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah, if you click, if you just type in Alex Spanos.
At halftime, right? Not during the game. Okay.
Isaiah Presley in the backfield, along with Nate Roble, Cristobal. Cristobal will toss right to Presley, has some space on the outside, gets to the edge by a couple defenders, runs out of real estate, and will be knocked out for a solid gain of about 8 or 9. 5:08 remaining. North 8, South 0. Presley looked like got knocked out at the 18. Six-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 4. Presley remains in the game along with Cristobal. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Malachi Elliott, the tight end. And
that was a great catch. That was a great catch
on the outside.
Was that who made that catch? Was that Yokley? Who was that?
I want to say that was Savion. Savion Yosley with his first reception on the game. Second target of the game. They tried to hit him deep, but well defended by the north side. Knocked the ball loose. I want to say that was the South's first down here in this first half.
I think you're right.
Cristobal still in the game. 2 receivers to his left on the far side of the field. Yokley, the single side receiver on the top. And they'll go to Yokley. The deep bomb had a step initially.
And he makes the play.
A 50-50 ball at midfield. Brought in by Yokley.
Now, see, we were talking about, sometimes this game is so simple. Take your tall kid and put him up against a shorter kid, throw the ball up, and let his athletic ability prevail.
And here it is, the instant replay just goes up and high points the ball.
It's a simple game sometimes.
I mean, Chapman was in position.
Yeah.
Yokley just rose above.
But God gave him 6 inches of height, more height, and the ability to jump about 12 inches higher.
The South in North territory for the first time here in the first half. 3:30 and counting. Presley remains in the backfield, the single back. Roble Cristobal, the Bonita Vista quarterback. Yokley in motion. The high snap. They try to get it to Yokley, but that play is broken up in the backfield. Looks like big number 50, Barrett Brennan, Their defensive line coach reached out to me before the game.
Carlsbad Lancer, right?
Yep. One of the hardest working kids Coach Ben Willis has ever been around. Said he deserved a lot more praise, but he's going to make an impact at whatever program he goes to next.
Part of a very stingy defensive unit.
Tackle for loss, bringing up 2nd and 14. Cristobal will look far side, has his receiver in the flats near the first down marker. Knocked out of bounds for a gain of 4.
I think it's safe to say with 2:32 left to go in the half, this is probably 4 down territory. So all you want to do is get half of the 8 yards you still, or 9 yards you get. Give yourself a reasonable 4th down opportunity. Because at this point, there's no point in punting the ball away. So you know what? I'm looking for Yoakley again if I'm calling the shots.
Yoakley, the single side receiver.
Look at the cushion. Look at the cushion he's getting.
About 8 yards. Cristobal looks near side, has pressure, will tuck and run, has some space, dives near the first down marker. Will they give it to him? It's going to be close. And it looks like Cristobal got the 11 yards he needed for a first down.
I always wonder which side judge prevails, because the one on our side gave them easy the first down. The other one was a little closer. So whose left foot do you use?
I would say the official closest to the ball.
So they're making a 4th?
4th and not even 1. We're talking 4th and inches at this point. I mean, the down marker is right next to the first down marker. Under 2 minutes remaining. Yeah,
they want to take a timeout.
Good call. Boy, timeout.
I'd throw the red bean. I'd want to look at the placement again. I want an instant replay review there.
Oh, so this is an official's timeout, actually.
Maybe they're going to the eye in the sky.
They might come.
Measure. See, now that very interesting. Wow. See, you know what? At least they're getting the call right.
Right.
Because it was a first down.
Yeah, and I mean, the first down marker was the 38, and the ball's sitting right on the 38.
Yeah. So, I don't know if this is an all-star officiating crew, but at least they
made the right call.
Yeah.
And a favorable timeout by the officials,
because
Coach Arciaga gives him some more time to draw up something.
But I'm from that old school. If it worked once, let's see if it works twice. Yoakley is a great matchup for you right now. Who's covering him? My eyes aren't good enough to see it. But that's
looks like the Mission Hills quarterback.
That's 10 yards of respect there that he's giving him.
And it looks like the bubble screen near side to Jordan Mahan. Nice open field tackle. That was number 27 on the tackle. Will the Thrill Robinson.
Parkham from Carmel made the play on the.
Robinson, the leading tackler for Del Norte. The far side throw. The completion shakes the tackle down the sideline, and no one is going to catch him. Savion Yoakley for the score.
All right.
I think Coach Arciaga was listening to you. Are you saying you coach this?
Well, I mean, again, I stayed at a Holiday Inn last night. I do recognize that that's 10 yards of too much cushion, and that ball could have been picked off.
Right.
Instead, Yoakley makes the great two-handed grab, shrugs off the. That young man is better than the young man covering him as far as the matchup is concerned. They're going to have to, just like you have to account for two people have to account for Grayson, two people are going to have to account for Yoakley.
With the South down 2, they're going to come out for a 2-point conversion. Roble Cristobal remains in the game. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Brother Antoine Yoakley in the slot. He'll look far side.
Oh, that was a perfectly thrown ball.
Gets rocked on the pass, too.
But he
just unable to bring it in on the outside.
But he delivered it right where it should be. Just as receiver wasn't looking in time.
And with 1:25 remaining, 2-point conversion, no good. South cuts the deficit to 2-8-6. I was going to say a few things about Will the Throw Robinson after that big tackle. His father, Larry Robinson, reached out. He was a captain and starting middle linebacker for the Nighthawks. He was the backbone for Del Norte's defense, helping them reach the section semifinals for the first time in school history. And congrats to Lee Cole and the Nighthawks coaching staff on reaching that point. 1:25. Can expect the North to come out.
All right, but now we have a game.
Yeah.
Yep. And you know what that play makes me feel good about? Makes me feel good about having Savion Yoakley on our podium because
there's no doubt about that.
Yeah, he sticks out in this All-Star game.
Offensively for the South so far. The squib kick down the middle will be picked up inside the 30.
Oh,
and another big hit on special teams from the South side. You know, you talk about momentum plays, and Savion Yoakley with that big play on offense has definitely created some juice for the South side.
Was that Presley that?
No, Presley's on the South side.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Might have been Davis on the return.
No, I'm talking about who on the play on the hit. Special teams here was
too many helmets around the ball. Didn't see it.
All right.
Devin Sobsack will come back in the game for the North.
119, ball in your own 43, plenty of time.
Good field position.
At least 2 timeouts to work with.
Malachi Keels, a single-sided receiver at the bottom of your screen. He'll be guarded by Nathan Gillis out of Steel Canyon.
That's a matchup that looks attractive to me.
Gillis, once again, showing the respect. 8 or 9 yards off. The pump fake.
Oh.
Has Keels, still has Keels. We'll get it to him near the line of scrimmage, and he'll get brought out of bounds. Great job by number 10, Jaden Kendricks, coming over.
East Lake kid.
Yeah, leading the county with 133 tackles, averaged about 11 tackles. You talked about a guy that was overlooked because of the play of Trey White.
Right.
Jaden Kendricks was the anchor of that defense out of East Lake. Clock stopped at 1:10. Malachi Keels made a little something out of nothing.
Right.
After catching that ball near the line of scrimmage. Franchina back in the game. Along with Chance Madsen in the slot at the top of your screen. Malachi Keels, single-side receiver. He'll look that way, rolls
Pressure up
right.
the middle.
Sobsack looks downfield, has nothing. And we'll get into South territory at the 49. Sobsack knows a few things about using his legs. Already has a rushing touchdown here today as Danny Davis out of San Pasqual comes back in. Bringing up a 3rd and short.
3rd and short as they cross midfield.
.103 on the clock. Big receiver out of Oceanside. At the bottom of your screen, that's Tanner Hallen. Handoff, bobbled initially, but Davis brings it in, bounces off a tackle inside the 35, and a late flag.
Tack on the face mask.
Flag was thrown when Davis was brought down. And I think Paul might be onto something with the face mask as the clock stopped inside 1 minute at 55 seconds. Impressive job by Davis running downfield.
Doing a lot of that on his own.
And Davis, after the big first down run. And we do have a sideline warning on the South.
There is something about that. At whatever level, college, pro, or high school, no one can stand behind the line.
Whether it's an all-star game.
Yeah, it's just... Oh, this is a unique formation.
Everyone to the short side of the field.
Well,
ball's on the ground. A little miscommunication.
So they got to get on the ball or call a timeout.
I would assume they're going to call a timeout.
Nope, I guess not.
Yeah.
Well, see, now there is...
as
That's
North coach.
8 seconds of.
Yeah.
I think that timeout came from the stands. The cry from timeout came from the stands.
Well, with limited timeouts, I think that is. Oh no, he has 2 more.
It is one of my pet peeves. Right? No matter what level of this game, clock management is always suspect. If you're going to call timeout, call it right away. And if you're not going to call a timeout, then don't call it at all.
You know what it's similar to is when you get a guy on there, and man, he makes it look so easy, but when the lights are on and someone else does it, it's like, man, that wasn't so easy.
Yeah, but even at the NFL level,
I agree. It's all about conserving timeouts, and we even saw that yesterday
or
in
having
the championship game. Cathedral Catholic ran out of time, and Coach Doyle left a timeout in his pocket.
Yeah.
Just try to get one extra. They're always trying to save those timeouts.
Right.
That's the big thing, and sometimes it bites you.
But I mean,
Clock sits at 31 seconds. The north side at the south's 32. Franchina. Play fake to him. Pressure up the middle.
Oh, now that was an
and
athletic
brought
play.
down. A big defensive play right there by the south.
Is that Dominic Yancey making the play? Getting a handful of jersey and turning that into a...
Dominic Yancey, the defensive end out of Otay Ranch, came up the middle clean off the play fake, didn't fall for it, and a big play for the South to knock the North out of field goal range. Can we get an instant replay on that, Pablo?
We showed it once. We'll show it again.
Let's see the play fake. Yeah, it just filled the gap. Everyone had a helmet on a helmet, and Yancey came in clean. Great timing by the end right there. Now the ball lies.
A big defensive play because it changes the equation for the North offense, who are not only dealing with time, but they're dealing with how good is your kicker?
I hope 57 yards good, because that's where it stands right now.
Yeah.
If they don't gain any yards on a 3rd and long. The play fake. Sobczak will step up in the pocket. Gets to the edge and is thrown out of bounds.
And that's just a dumb play.
Right there.
That's just a dumb play. That's just a dumb play.
Looked like Jake Bolin knocking out Sobczak. And what I love to see, especially from the north side right there, is rallying around their player who they almost know nothing about.
Yes.
Just meeting him a week or two later.
But he's wearing their jersey.
Yeah.
And now that changes the equation back now. Suddenly,
after
they're going to have the ball inside the 20 with 10 seconds to go. Probably will have the ball inside the 15.
Yeah, it leaves enough time possibly for one more play before the field goal attempt. It'll be interesting to see if they call a penalty on both sides, because there was 2 flags thrown after the play. I'm going to make sure to catch up with Coach Baldwin at the half. He's in his 4th All-Star game. He told me before the game that the last one would be his last, and he kind of laughed, saying, I have no idea when the next one's going to be my last. So Coach Baldwin out of Ramona in his 17th season as a head coach for the Bulldogs.
Coach Baldwin is one of those guys. He's an institution in his, he's a fixture at Ramona High School. Now, is that where he ends up? Does he finish his coaching career?
I would think so after 17 seasons.
So it'll be very interesting. The guys like that are just part of the fabric of their community. They're more than a football coach. They're the second father figure for these athletes and student athletes. But it would be really shocking to see him someplace else.
The Whitecap went over to go speak with Arciaga the head coach of the South. So we do have a dead ball personal foul on the South, the late hit, and then the unsportsmanlike conduct on the South.
now we're going to have a first and goal situation.
Oh, and he's ejected. Wow. So that's what the white cap was talking about. So he got the personal foul and then the unsportsmanlike conduct, which is a double whammy, and I believe that was number 28, Jake Bolin out of St. Augustine.
I think that's what you call compounding the error.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10, or
the chains remain the same.
But that doesn't make sense. There we go. Now they're. Yeah, I thought it'd be a first.
Yeah. So tack on, instead of 15 yards, tack on 30 yards.
Yeah, because it's a double foul. And you lose a player to boot.
The North will have enough time with 10 seconds on the clock. And it looks like we will have a timeout by the South. So with 10 seconds remaining, we might even still get two plays quick enough. This is an area where Malachi Keels and Tanner Halen make their money. Malachi Keels, one of the best 50-50 ball receivers in the game, and Halen, has the size on the outside out of Oceanside. Coach Baldwin. So Baldwin in the huddle with Sobsack, Davis, Keels, and Howland.
All right, now it's up to if you're looking at it from the South perspective, now you need somebody to make one play. If you could hold them here to a field goal attempt,
that'd be a win for them.
That's a win.
You see Coach Baldwin talking to Howland and Keels. I'm expecting a jump ball to either one of those guys, or maybe a pick route, something along those lines.
It seems to be standard operating procedure in most goal line situations to pick your most talented offensive player.
Ball lies inside the 10. Keels and Howland on the top of your screen. Howland out of Oceanside in the slot. Keels on the outside. Sobsack will roll that way.
Up.
Throw it to the front pylon. Good defense by the South.
Good pressure up.
Look like number 24, Ryan Odom, the Grossmont linebacker.
So now this is all right. So they held him to field goal attempt.
Javi Sanchez was also in there on the pressure. And on to come and kick the field goal, Jordan Dwyer out of Mission Hills. They are setting the tee up at the 16, making it a 26-yard field goal for Dwyer. Dwyer has a couple designations as a defensive back, kicker, and punter. The kick is up and good for Dwyer. So a win for Dwyer, kicking the 26-yard field goal up and through, and a win for the South defense.
At the half, we have a softball score of 11-6 after 4 innings of play.
And I believe Erica Cardenas is down on the field. She will catch up with Coach Baldwin to get his thoughts. But before then, what was your thoughts, partner, on that first half?
Well, it's as you would expect, a little shaky at the start, but then athletes make athletic plays.
Right.
We certainly saw Yoakley make one. We certainly saw Danny Davis running hard, make play, and Grayson Halton has made a handful of defensive plays. There's some players that I still want to see more of, like Jonah Zimmerman from Oceanside, man.
The big boy.
I think I might exploit running behind him a little bit, because he seems to leave a hole wherever he goes. So.
And with that, we are now going to send it down on the field to Erica Cardenas. She is with Coach Baldwin of the North.
Okay.
And we'll let you
Drive time
ride
period.
off in the sunset.
Drive time
Sure.
period.
No, you don't then.
You guys get a vote at the end for MVP
For All-Star,
for
yeah.
both sides. I'll cue you. You guys.
Yeah, go ahead, Paul.
Is Brandon coming?
Well, no, he's working tonight. Brandon's working tonight.
Oh, because why is he working?
I have no idea. Not sure. I thought he was going to be free, but Nick might have changed a day up with him or something.
Like to keep it going.
We got to protect a little better up front, and we just got to not we can't turn the ball over. We were pretty good the first half, and our defense is playing great. We got to just finish drives more. We're not finishing drives.
Last question for you, Coach. There are so many families represented in these stands from all over San Diego. What's a tradition like this mean to the community?
I think it's great, especially after COVID and everything that the community and the city's gone through. And I think that it's just great to see these kids get a chance, and playing the game in December gives these kids the ability to be recruited, because it's recruiting time right now. So some of these kids that maybe were under the radar are getting a chance to play and get more film, so it's great.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Coach, and best of luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Again, guys, that was head coach Damon Baldwin from the Ramona Bulldogs. We'll send it back to you guys up there.
And thank you very much, Erica. We are now in the booth. North up 11-6 after that 26-yard field goal. Paul, we obviously talked about a good first half. Some players that stood out to you.
Okay, I'm going to try.
Well, I have a probing question I'd like to ask Coach Baldwin first. It's nighttime right now. Why is he wearing sunglasses?
He's been doing this a long time.
Why is he wearing sunglasses?
And he's from Ramona, which obviously says a lot, but doesn't say a lot about him. Some players that stood out from you from the north side.
We just talked about him. To me, right now, if you had an MVP of the game, if there was such thing as a halftime MVP, it's Grayson Halton, the St. Augustine two-way player, defensive end / linebacker. Right. Obviously, just jumps out at you as a guy who's making plays. Even when you account for him with a double team blocking scheme, he still is beating that, and that's jumping out to me. Savion Oakley makes the big play on the perimeter, again showing that he's just a really good athlete. Right. And I feel really good as a guy who's ultimately responsible for putting the 6 best players of the county on our podium for our high school football show. Those were 2 of the guys, and nothing I've seen tonight says, "Oh, I might have made a mistake."
Right. So we also talk about Malachi Keels was up for Offensive Player of the Year. He had a couple nice receptions on the outside. We haven't seen too much running here today. Do you think that's going to sustain? No,
that's going to start changing now because people, right now, we're going to start seeing, at some point, fatigue is going to get in because a lot of these guys have been out of their sport for 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah. And, running around in shorts for a couple times a week. This is where the fatigue factor is because your body cools off during the halftime show and then you're going to come out and you're going to wear down very quickly in the second half.
Are you surprised we haven't seen any trick plays?
Oh, yeah, well, it's early.
Okay.
You save those for when the game is on the line.
Okay.
So that'll happen. And, that's the same kind of rust that you see in an all-star situation where offense is always going to be at a disadvantage and those trick plays will come into play later as you try to exploit something.
Before you ride off in the sunset, obviously another great season on the Prep Picks and Report, 23 seasons. Any last words to the fans? Obviously, great support all around.
No, I mean, I think for the longest time we had the same cast of characters, and I always thought the show was never going to change. I thought it was going to be that way forever. Right. But now we have a whole new generation of young people coming in, people like yourself, and you're not even a young person anymore. Now you're middle-aged compared to the show. But we have a whole new wave of young, social media-minded journalists who are going to change the direction of the show and how we do the show. Right. In 23 years, it used to be live trucks and editing sites. Now it's everything, backpacks and laptops. Right. And it's going to be and now cell phones. And the show's evolving, but I think we have found a home, good Lord willing, in the Rock Church because that venue is breathtaking. And
it was electric.
Yeah, it was electric. And I'm going to do the show for a few more years longer, and I want to see that place packed.
Right.
You know, that can hold 3,000 people, and I know that there are 3,000 people that want to come see that gala.
Well, thank you for joining me, Paul. It was a pleasure.
Well, it was an honor.
It always is.
It was an honor, and I'm going to stroll the sidelines and watch the second half.
And there it is. We're at the halftime. We're about 9 minutes out from starting the second half. It's North 11, South 6. Be back with you with second half action and more. And thank you for staying with us here on the Cali Photo Network. I'm Bo Furtick, bringing you today's action of the Alex Spanos All-Star Game, North versus South. Bragging rights on the line. I just wanted to go through a couple players. Had a few parents, teammates, and people reach out. Speaking with the coaches out of Eastlake, they talked about Jaden Jackson, all the offers from Whittier and Clark University. 4.1 GPA. All-Metro League player, dual sport athlete. Elijah Lux, we haven't heard much from the Patrick Henry players, but talking to head coach JT O'Sullivan, a powerful downhill runner with vision and a great chance, really at the next level to do some damage, great change of direction. He's one of those players that elevate everyone around him because of his talents and big playability. Noah Concepcion out of Otay Ranch, two-way player. Had more of an impact on the defensive side. 58 total tackles, 3 tackles for losses. Also added a couple hundred yards of offense and a pair of touchdowns. St. Augustine head coach Joe Kramer on Isaiah Presley, a playmaker who adds great balance while running with pads down, making him tough to tackle. And Jaden Cortell, obviously a dual sport athlete. His father was 2-time all-conference defensive back at Colorado State in the mid-'80s. Zane Delcor, speaking with Coronado head coach Kurt Hines, his growth over the years, maturing as a player and leader, were instrumental to the program's success. Delcor was a captain his junior and senior year, filled in at linebacker and defensive line when they needed him on defense. Looks for contact, runs track as well, so he has the breakaway speed. As far as coachability and talent, Zane is top 2 in the 5 years Hines has coached at Coronado. It looks like we're going to have Erica Cardenas catching up with head coach Tyler Arciaga. It's the North 11, South 6 here at Escondido High School. Javier Sanchez talking with Coach Thurman, raved about him, about his high character, two-way player, 14 rushing touchdowns, 6.5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, pair of fumble recoveries, and an interception. Coach Ash talked about his offensive lineman, Andrew Eggstrom, was a centerpiece of the Wolfpack offensive line as he communicated blocking schemes every play and did it flawlessly. And it looks like Erica Cardenas is now down with head coach Tyler Arciaga. We will send it down to her on the field.
Hey guys, I'm with head coach Tyler Arciaga. Right before the second half, Coach, tell us how excited were you to join this team, this huge tradition? Yeah, no, it's a real honor to coach all this talent that we have here, and it's just it's really refreshing to see all the positive attitudes and guys being able to, put themselves, put the team in front of themselves. So it's a real pleasure to coach them. We know there are some, not setbacks, but challenges coaching some huge talent. What are the best parts of coaching the best talent? You know what? I think just seeing, seeing how they can put the team in front of themselves, and we have guys playing out of position and making sacrifices. So it's really great to see that. Final question, Coach, real fast. What's a tradition like this mean to the SD community? No, it's a real pleasure to do it, and it's something that we want to carry on, and just the way the games ran, it's just a real pleasure to coach. Thank you, Coach. Thank you so much. All right, guys, we've started the second half. That was, again, Coach Tyler Arciaga. We're going to send it back to you guys up there.
And thank you, Erica. Here in the second half, the South will start with the ball at their 22. Savion Yoakley with the offensive touchdown for the South. The pass from Nate Cristobal, Bonita Vista quarterback. Christian Sarem, the Carlsbad two-way player from Mom Kyra, a scholar athlete with a 4.2 GPA. According to Mom, he loves fantasy football. Born and raised in Carlsbad with 3 brothers and 2 German Shepherds. And the toss near side to Presley. And he'll get knocked out of bounds by Jaden Latua. Had the angle. The Avocado Defensive Player of the Year knocks Presley out for a loss of 1. So a tackle for loss by Latua. Sideline to sideline, one of the best defenders in the class of 2022. And the loss of a yard brings up a 2nd and 11. It was a slow start for the South offense, but they scored in the second quarter. And the long bomb down the right side of the field, a little miscommunication from quarterback to receiver. Trenton Giles back in. The Grossmont quarterback threw for about 2,300 yards, 14 passing touchdowns. Also rushed for 7 touchdowns, had 2 games with over 100 rushing yards. Totaled just over 400 yards on the season, on the ground. Three receivers to the right. Savion Yoakley, the single side receiver at the bottom of your screen. The pass over the middle falls incomplete. Pass intended for Omar Hammond, the Patrick Henry receiver. And speaking with Patrick Henry head coach JT O'Sullivan about Omar Hammond, just pure electricity. Played every snap on defense for the Patriots. Ball hawk, nose for the ball. On offense, big play receiver, exceptional route runner, great on double moves, fluid, keeps his speed in and out of breaks, plus a great returner. And I experienced this in the section championship game. Teams oftentimes kick the ball out of bounds because they didn't want Hammond with the ball in his hands. Omar's mom, Maisha, was instrumental also in building Omar and the team's success. She cared a lot about the players, and Coach Sullivan wanted to make sure I said that on air, as Maisha was a big part of the team's success off the field. Laundry on the field. Talked about Isaiah Presley on the opening possession in the second half. The St. Augustine back from Joe Kramer said he was a playmaker. Adds great balance while running with his pads down, making him tough to tackle. St. Augustine has had some exceptional running backs come out of that program, as well as just exceptional players over the past handful of years. And the penalty was on the South, personal foul. Tack on 15 yards at the end of the punt. Will bring the ball to the South 47. This will be the third offensive possession for the North, starting in South Territory. The handoff to Frankie Franchina. Franchina, looking at the numbers, led all Division II running backs, 324 rush attempts, just under 2,000 yards on the ground, 21 touchdowns. He averaged about $150 on the ground per game. 3-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 7 at the 44. Kyer Reed, who got banged up earlier in that first half, back onto the field. Franchina's single back. Halen, Severe, and Matson, the receivers. Play fake to Franchina. Reed will roll right near side and throws it into the hands of number 62, Brennan Sanders, unable to come up with it. Ball falls incomplete, bringing up a 3rd and 8. Brennan Sanders, Grossmont Foothiller, had a down year overall, but still competed in a very difficult league, the Grossmont Hills League. Handoff to Davis off the left side, gets past the first down marker, falls forward inside the 35. for a 12-yard gain and first down North. Danny Davis started at quarterback for San Pasqual, led the team with 668 rushing yards on 123 carries, had 14 total touchdowns on the season, 10 passing, 4 rushing. And a first down for the North as they're driving. Malachi Keels, near side receiver, along with Hayland. Keels on the outside. Reed fakes the handoff up the middle, gets untouched past the first level, gets to the second level. Nice open field tackle, but not before a nice gain of 9 to bring up a second and short. Jaden Jackson, the corner out of Eastlake, with the tackle. Coming up on the 9:30 mark here in the third quarter. Coach Reed still in the, or excuse me, Kyer Reed still in the game. Reed with 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Handoff up the middle, and Grayson Halton again stuffs the ball carrier behind the line of scrimmage. Grayson Halton playing like a man among boys. Before the ball carrier could even look upfield, Grayson was coming down the line, and another tackle for loss for the Saintsmen. 3rd and 4, just outside the 25 for the North team. Malachi Keels, the receiver at the bottom of your screen, along with Chance Matson in the slot. They'll get it to Matson, and nice read by Jaden Kendricks. Had a break on the ball, unable to bring it in cleanly. The ball falls incomplete, bringing up a 4th and 4. Coming in is Tanner Halen, along with Carmelo Chapman. He checks in and checks out real quick. With the North up 5 at the 8:20 mark here in the third quarter. The offense will stay on the field. Big play here. This is the North's opening drive here in the second half. Halen, the slot receiver at the bottom of your screen. Malachi Keels on the outside. Reed will roll right. Has Keels. Brings the ball in. Gets inside the 20 and will be tackled at the 16. Keels using his hands. One of the best skilled receivers in the class of 2022 on the season. 55 receptions for just over 1,000 yards and a dozen touchdowns. Quarterback Dennis Andrew will definitely miss him. Just a nice pitch and catch, get in the hands of your skilled player. Malachi Keels did the rest for another North first down. Frankie Franchina, the single back. 2 receivers to the left. That's Sevier and Halen. The toss will go to the far side of the field. Franchina sticks his foot, gets upfield, but not for another tackle for loss. Leading the way was Spencer Campillo of the South. Monica Lancaster wanted me to send a congratulations to Christian Mota, number 63 of the North team. Also, a lot of love from the Mota brothers out to Christian. Very proud of you. And Chris Vonat, talking about his son. 3-year varsity starting running back and captain at San Marcos. Totaled just under 2,000 scrimmage yards and a dozen touchdowns in his career. He was a two-time second-team All-Avocado League running back, finished second in the league, in the Avocado League, that is, in rushing yards as a junior and a senior. He was also named team MVP as a senior this year. And Kyra Sarim wanted me to show some love to her son, Christian, who had a 4.2 GPA, loves fantasy football. And Larry Robinson reaching out to me saying, my son Will the Thrill Robinson was a starting middle linebacker for Del Norte. He was one of the captains of the Del Norte defense, leading the team in tackles and allowing them to reach the section semifinals for the first time in school history. Defensive lineman Joel Banuelos talking about the Bear Brennan from Carlsbad, one of the hardest working kids he's ever been around. He thought he was the heart and soul of the defense as he lined up, corrected kids during the game when needed. An absolutely great player and a young man. 2nd and 12 for the North. Play fake. Reed will roll right. Has his intended receiver, but it will fall incomplete. Seen Reed a few times get outside the pocket. That pass intended was for Ramona tight end Gabriel Lutz. The incomplete pass will bring up a 3rd and 12 for the North.
3rd and 11 from the 17.
6:30 remaining in the third quarter. It's North 11, South 6 here on the Cali Photo Network. I'm Bo Furtick bringing you today's action of the 31st Annual Alex Spanos Classic. The North side has won the last 4 contests, but the South well within striking distance. Franking Franchina back into the game. Halen at the bottom of your screen. And the ball to a wide open receiver. Malachi Keels with the backflip and the touchdown for the Orange Glen Patriot. He had the corner beat. I don't know if he ran a double move or what there as we're bringing up the instant replay. But Keels, yeah, he just ran right past 2 defenders. And the nice backflip, great athleticism. Here it is. Oh, yeah, it was a double move. 3 defenders around Keels. He faked the slant, also known as a sluggo, the slant and go. And a nice ball by Reed, finding a wide open Keels in the end zone. And the extra point is no good. North 17, South 6. And we talk about skilled players on the outside. Malachi Keels and Savion Yoakley have done damage here in this game through 2 quarters and a half. Malachi Keels out of Orange Glen, as mentioned, was a top receiver in the county with over 1,000 receiving yards and a dozen touchdowns. Had 55 receptions. Averaged just under 20 yards of reception. And I believe we have Erica Cardenas down on the south side line with Grayson Halton. Take it away, Erica.
Hey guys, I'm here with Grayson Halton, superstar athlete from the St. Augustine Saints. Grayson, you never left the field this season. Is there a favorite position that you got?
No. I mean, my main position is defensive end, but whatever the coach needs me to play, I'll play it and I'll do my best at it.
I mean, that's the coach's dream athlete. Tell us, where are you going to college?
Well, I'm committed to Oregon right now, as of right now.
As of right now, are there any other colleges that you'd be interested in going to?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure right now, but hopefully when it opens up, we'll see.
All right. Final question for you, Grayson. It's a hard one. What do you love most about playing football?
I mean, just the intensity. You know, I love hitting and getting hyped after. You know, football is a fun game, and I feel like my parts of what I do on the field, it just plays on what I love. So that's why I just show out the way I do.
Thank you, Grayson. Thanks for your time. Have fun for the rest of the game. Guys, that was Grayson Halton. I mean, if you guys are following the PPR or any of San Diego sports, you guys know that that kid is a star, and best of all, he's humble. So we're going to send it back to you, Bo. We're going to get a few kids before the end of the...
Thank you, Erica. Grayson Halton. And another bad snap by the South team, unfortunately. And recovered in the end zone was Spencer Lane, the linebacker out of Rancho Bernardo. And he just beat everyone to the ball. Oh, they called that a touchdown. I was over here admiring Erica's great interview, trying to get what school. What? That looked like a bad snap to me. I'm confused. Yeah, Erica did a great job in trying to get Grayson Halton to see what school he was going to attend. A few San Diego players have decommitted from Oregon, obviously with a lot of action coming from a coaching carousel of different coaches in the Pac-12. I don't know if I'm missing something. That looked like a bad snap to me. What did I miss? It was a bad snap, and they called it a safety. Or they called it a touchdown. It should have been a safety. Yeah. We'll get that instant replay again. Oh, it looks like a Philly special. Oh, tipped at the line. And he... we were asking about trick plays, and there it was right there. The Philly special on the two-point conversion. Sobsack was open in the end zone. But once again, Grayson Halton at the line of scrimmage with a deflection. Yeah, I mean, that just looked like a bad snap. I'm still, I don't know, maybe someone on Twitter could help me out with why they called that a touchdown. But it just looked like a bad snap to me. Nonetheless, North goes up 3 scores, 23-6. The South, they do have a couple bad snaps. One resulted in a safety, and the other one resulted in a turnover. 6:10 remaining here in the third quarter. North 23, South 6 on the Cali Photo Network. I'm Bo Furtick bringing you today's action. Right there is Jordan Dwyer, the kicker slash punter slash defensive back out of Mission Hills. And the kick brought in at the 20. Wrapped up and brought down at the 27. And I guess that would make sense, Coach Tate. It's a touchdown because the defense recovered it. Great job, Bo Furtick. Great analysis. Jeez, that's embarrassing. Thank you also, Coach TJ McKay. It's a live ball on the snap. Yeah, that would make sense because the defense did recover it. And I'm glad to see people are listening to my great analysis of why that was a touchdown. Or why that wasn't a touchdown. Nonetheless, Clash Arsborn, thank you for the comments, by the way. Keep them coming. And the running back gets to the edge. Elijah Lux, who we haven't heard much of today, showing his speed, getting to the outside. I don't know why I didn't think of that. That's so bad of me. Oh my gosh! I promise I will not make another mistake like that here, at least on this broadcast. We do have a player down. We're just gonna stick with the. I got confused with the jerseys, North and South. That looks like an RBV player on the field. Number 2, Elijah Hudson, the defensive back out of Rancho Buena Vista. Since we had a few replies on my muff safety touchdown, 2nd and 1. What are you guys calling right here, Twitter world? As Elijah Hudson gets to his feet. That's good to see, the senior. Second and 1 at the South 37. Elijah Lux in the backfield along with Clash Osborne. Savion Oakley, the receiver at the top of the screen. Jordan Mahan at the bottom. Hands off to Lux. Lux pile drives his way forward for a couple yards. And we have a few people responding. We want to see a shot being taken to none other than Savion Oakley. 1st and 10. Oakley at the top of your screen. Jordan Mahan at the bottom of your screen, the Mar Vista receiver. Osborne looks far side to Oakley. Eludes the initial defender, gets to the outside, will tuck and run, and will run out of bounds, crossing the 40, looks like the 42, for a gain of 3. So Osborne didn't like what he saw in the secondary and did a good job using his feet, picking up a couple rather than getting sacked in the backfield. Ball now lies at the 41, North 23, South 6, just under 5 minutes remaining here in the third. Osborne still in the game. Didn't see much of Osborne in the first half. I think he had one possession. Went 3 and out. Jordan Mahan, the Mar Vista receiver at the bottom of your screen. Savion Oakley at the top. Looks like they're bracketing Oakley over the top. Osborne. The handoff to Lux off the left side. Finds a lane, gets to the edge, and has some room. Inside the 35, will be tackled at the 30. But a flag in the second level. A possible holding on the Mar Vista receiver, Jordan Mahan. That was after the first down was picked up by Lux in North Territory. And Eric Cardenas, let's get this instant replay. Yeah, Lux with his speed. As far as pound-for-pound runners go, Lux is as good as they came in 2021. I mean, not the best size ever, but a hard runner, and I mean, just so tough to bring down. That's why they called him Elijah Trucks for the reason. So a first down was picked up, but due to the holding call, it will bring the ball back to the South 43. Bringing up a 2nd and 6. Trucks, Elijah Lux, the Trucks remains in the game. And a false start by Patrick Henry tight end, Elliott. And normally when that happens, I would assume Elliott was on a pass route. Mahan, the single side, or two receivers at the bottom of your screen. Mahan on the outside, guarded by Jaden Bowen, the DB out of Oceanside, and we have another flag. And the South offense will continue to march backwards. So a 2nd and long became 2nd and longer. First down marker at the 49. Ball lies at the 33, bringing up a 2nd and 16. Now Jordan Mahan, the single side receiver at the bottom of your screen. Savion Oakley at the top of your screen. Osborne, the pitch to Lux in open space. Bobbles it initially, tries to cut back field, takes 3 or 4 defenders to bring him down. As Lux's helmet comes off. The hard running running back out of Patrick Henry helped lead that offense to a Division IV section title as Isaiah Presley comes back onto the field for St. Augustine. And in for the north side in the secondary, or excuse me, at linebacker, Malik Hassan out of Del Norte. So after a loss of 4, ball lies at the 28, first down marker at the 49, bringing up a 3rd and 21. They have receivers on the outside to pick up some big gains. Antoine Yoakley, the slot receiver, at the bottom of your screen, and a little miscommunication. We'll have a timeout by the south side. With 3:40 remaining in the third quarter. North 23, South 6 on the Cali Photo Network. Thank you for tuning in, fans and teammates watching this game. Go ahead and reach out. Let me know who you think the MVP of both sides are. The winner of the team, or the MVP of the South and the MVP of the North, will have their respected program. Chargers will give them $500 to use towards their program. And the pressure up the middle, intercepted at the 30. And is that... looks like number 56, Mayton Morris. And the instant replay, yeah, the pressure up the middle. Giles threw the ball while he was in the air. And Morris, with the ball in his hands, gets excited. The Torrey Pines product. That ball was gift wrapped into the hands, and a little swag chain action for the north side. Yeah, Giles would have been better just holding on to that ball, but obviously trying to make something happen. Morris will never forget that one, as he gets an interception here in the All-Star game, returning the ball inside the 25 for the North. And it looks like Coach Baldwin and Coach Arciaga are going to meet near the 40. I know there's some talk in trying to keep this game as competitive as possible, so I'm not sure exactly what the Whitecap is talking about, but I would assume it has something to do with maybe the north side bringing the ball back to their 20 or giving the ball back to the south. Coach Arciaga and Coach Baldwin meeting up with the Whitecap near midfield. Was an official timeout. And Erica Cardenas is joined by Omar Hammond down on the sideline. And we had audio problems. We'll make sure to get it back to Erica down on the field. There is a timeout, so we're good. A few comments from the fans watching. LCAP head coach Ron Berner, I'm going to have to say, Savion Yoakley for the South MVP. Only touchdown for the South. most catches, and they are now bracketing him with a receiver right up on the line and a safety over the top. Thank you, Coach Berner, for chiming in. North will now get the ball inside their 25. Sobsack hands the ball off. Receiver gets the ball off the right side. Nice hit in open field. And we're going to now send it back down to Erica Cardenas.
With Omar Hammond from Patrick Henry. For those of you guys who don't know, Omar was our player of the game during Game of the Week. Omar, what position do you play?
Wide receiver and free safety.
And how far did you guys go this season?
We went to the first round of regionals.
Omar, what was your favorite memory this season?
My favorite memory? Honestly, all the games, all game days. We would always prepare, we would always practice like we did. And that's just it.
You can't be as successful as you guys were without setting some goals. What were some of the goals that you set out to achieve and then achieved?
Some of the goals, one of my goals was honestly just trying to get over at least 15 touchdowns. And I don't know if that happened. I was really playing defense, that's it. That's really one of my goals.
Well, we love the ambition, Omar. What are your plans after, well first, what are your plans after football? Are you playing any other sports?
Track and field's coming up, so I'm going to run that. Take my official, and that's the only thing coming up right now.
And then final question for you, Omar. What do you love most about playing football?
I love most the feeling when you score a touchdown. Best feeling ever.
All right, anything you want to add?
Hope we win this game right now. We're going to come back, win this game.
Thanks, Omar. Have fun for the rest of the game. Guys, it's 23-6, but as you heard, Omar said they're going to come back, and he's trying to score 15 touchdowns this season, so we'll see if he can do it. Back to you guys up there.
And thank you, Erica. Thank you, Omar. Danny Davis just scored for the North after Malachi Keels brought it inside the 5, and we're going to show you a replay on that. Danny Davis, the starting quarterback for San Pasqual, gets this ball, loses it initially, but finds it inside the end zone, and it's all North right now. And Davis with his first touchdown of the day extends the North lead 29-6, and it's been all North here today. Malachi Keels also had a reception on that drive to bring the North within inside the 5. Just another nice pitch and catch from Keels, doing damage with little space to work with, but got them inside the 5, and Danny Davis finished the rest with a rushing touchdown. North 29, South 6 here on the Cali Photo Network. .2:15 remaining in the third quarter. Jordan Dwyer, the kicker punter for Mission Hills. Good athlete. He also plays defensive back for the Grizzlies. And Dwyer will pooch this one far side. That's looks like Hammond on the return. No, make that number 6. Grayson Halton on the return. Yeah, this guy's doing just about everything on the defensive side and as well as a returner. For the North roster, be remiss to not mention the head coach, Damon Baldwin out of Ramona, defensive coordinator Tristan McCoy out of Rancho Bernardo, special teams coordinator Nick Novak out of Maranatha Christian, assistant coaches John Pecoraro, Paul Gabriel, Craig Powell, Greg Olwin out of Ramona, assistant coaches Brian Grunden, Miles Stuckey, Fred Amano out of Rancho Bernardo, and Paul Schneider out of Del Norte, along with Jesse Salazar Obviously, none of this could be done without those guys. This is Presley near side. Tries to switch fields, but great pursuit by that North defense once again. And Presley with no gain gets it back to the original line of scrimmage. Second and 10 here at Escondido High School, the home of the section championships for the Open Division and Division 4. Division 5 was played at Grossmont High School. Elijah Lux back in the game. Behind snap is Nate Roble Cristobal. Savion Yoakley, receiver at the bottom of the screen. Lux will get the toss. Far side, plants his foot. It takes 2 or 3 defenders to bring him down for the North. Leading the way was Malik Hassan, along with Jaden Latua and Darren Parham out of Mount Carmel. No gain brings up a 3rd and 10, so back-to-back runs for no gain for the South. Cristobal still remains in the game. He had the passing touchdown to Savion Yoakley in the second quarter. Jordan Mahan at the bottom of your screen. Savion Yoakley at the top of your screen. Rodek in the slot, and we have a flag. And the South will be knocked back 5 yards. Omar Hammond is going to be your slot receiver to the left of Cristobal. Cristobal will get it to Hammond. He's great in open space, makes a couple of defenders miss. And you can just see the speed in tight space. Makes something out of nothing. Crosses the 35 to the 37, bringing up a 4th and manageable, and that will end the third quarter. Here on the Cali Photo Network, at the end of 3, it's North 29, South 6. And I believe Erica is going to meet. Scratch that. Just a reminder, at the conclusion of the game, there will be an MVP for the North and an MVP for the South. The winner of that award will have $500 go to their respective program. The ball sits at the South 37. First down marker at the 43. So 4th and 6 for the South. This is Coach Baldwin's 4th All-Star game. And Coach Arciaga from the South, his 1st All-Star game. Nate Roble Cristobal in for the South. Isaiah Presley, single back. Savion Yoakley at the bottom of your screen, single side receiver. Receiver in motion, high snap, and pressure up the middle. That's number 64, Machiavelli Malu Tamau. Machiavelli out of El Camino with the sack and the turnover on downs. Malo Tumau has been recognized as one of the better players in the trenches for the past couple years. El Camino always provides great size up front. That's why they're always competitive. And his first big play to start the fourth quarter for the North, and they'll take over at the South 30. Handoff off the left side. That's Isaac Stone out of Maranatha. Nice gain of 3 or 4. And we will now send it downfield to Erica Cardenas.
Who this guy is, Savion, you're another guy who never left the field. What's your favorite position to play?
Definitely wide receiver. I can get the ball more out there and just make plays.
When was the moment that you realized that you could be really good at this sport?
I played all my life, so like when I hit high school, I feel like I could do this. I feel like I can take it all the way to the pros.
I feel like people ask you this sometimes. Your brother's out there too, Antoine. Do you guys have some kind of telepathy? I know you played quarterback before, and do you guys have some kind of brother thing going on out there?
Yeah, I spent like all that time with him for like years and playing with him since I was 5. We already have that connection. I already know who he's to beat.
So, for those of you guys who don't know, KUSI has the Cut Pigskin Report, a renowned show in San Diego. We always pick the best player in San Diego. It's an honor just to be mentioned. You were a Silver Pigskin finalist. Tell us about what that honor meant to you.
Oh, it was a great honor knowing that all my hard work paid off, all my teammates and my coaches being there for me. So it was a great honor.
Are you playing any other sports after this?
I'm doing basketball and track.
What position do you play in basketball?
I'm a 3, so I'm a shooting guard.
So we'll be seeing more of you for sure. Last question, what do you love about football, Savion?
Just a family, building that bond with other teammates. That's what I love the most.
Thanks so much, Savion. Have fun out there. Guys, Savion Yokley, we'll send it back to you up there.
And great job down there, Erica. That was Savion Yokley out of El Cap. Malachi Keels had a nice pitch and catch, bringing the ball to the 20. And Franchina on a 1st and 10 picks up 1, bringing up a 2nd and 9 for the North. And the play fake, pressure off the edge, and almost an interception by the South. And Erica has someone else. Let's go ahead and send it down to her again on the south side.
Hey guys, I'm down here with Tanner Valguez. He plays offensive line for Granite Hills. Granite Hills, tell us, how far did you guys go this season?
We went quarterfinals in the playoffs. Had a little bit of up and down season, but we finished it out pretty good, I think.
I mean, the offensive line, I was watching your guys' film. You guys do everything right. How long have you been playing this position for?
I've been playing this position for 3 or 4 years now. I just started playing football my freshman year. So.
This isn't your main sport, believe it or not, guys. What's your main sport? And tell us, where have you committed?
I committed to the University of Texas Permian Basin. It's a D2 and for baseball.
What's so special about this university?
It's just really close, really family oriented. Really like it.
And then for those of you guys who don't know, the famous show Friday Night Lights that's
the town where it was filmed. Yep, in Odessa.
You are super talented and successful. What were the goals that you set for yourself this season that you accomplished?
Just to have fun. Went out there and banged some heads. It was fun.
Love it, Tanner. Anything you want to add?
Nope.
Tanner, have fun out there. Guys, that was Tanner Valguez, offensive line for Granite Hills, and we'll be watching him in the baseball season. Bo, we'll send it back to you.
And thank you very much, Erica, with two-sport athlete. He's going to play baseball. He's a big first baseman. That guy is big. I was down with him on the field, and I knew he played either first base or third base. And the ball in the end zone, and that's brought in for a North touchdown. Jonah King out of Del Norte went up for it in the back of the end zone and came down with the ball. Nice pass by Kyer Reed out of El Camino. Let's check out that instant replay. Reed, he knew he was going to him the whole time. Split the safety and the corner. Nice ball by Reed. And a great catch in traffic by Jonah King. We're going to show it to you one more time. I mean, wasn't... Yeah, just the safety misread the ball. That was Melosi Luli out of Bonita Vista. And even kudos to Kai Reed, because Luli out of Bonita Vista had all eyes on the quarterback, and Reed just put it in the right spot in the back of the end zone. So nice connection from Reed to King. And North with another touchdown here in the second half extends their lead 35-6. Ball brought in by Yoakley inside the 10. Crosses the 20, and you could just see the acceleration. In about a 10-yard span, he went from second gear to fifth gear. And this ball will fall incomplete. Intended receiver was Yoakley. Jason Mungeo out of Oceanside, his father Jay reached out to me and said this game is tradition in his family. Father Jay played in this game in '95. Uncle Jacob played in this game in '96. The Mungeo's oldest son, Nico, played in this game in 2016, and Jason Jr. playing in it today. The Mungeo family is 3-0 in this Alex Spanos Classic. And Father Jay said, looking to go 4-0 tomorrow, as he sent me the message yesterday, go North. Thank you, Jay, for the message on Twitter. A handoff. This is Antoine Yoakley, the brother of Savion. Tackle for no gain. And Jaden Latua, the defensive player of the year out of the Avocado League, with the tackle, bringing up a 3rd and 10 for the South. Trenton Giles remains in the game for the South. Yoakley, Savion that is, the single side receiver to the right of Giles. Giles will look far side. He'll throw it deep up the seam, has his receiver, that's Omar Hammond on the reception. And Hammond with his first reception gets it in North territory. Tackled at the 35. Nice ball by Giles. You see, clean pocket. Nice ball, thrown a little bit behind him, but nice adjustment by Hammond. That ball was thrown in front of him. That would have been a score for the South. We're going to go ahead and send it down to Erica Cardenas, who's with another South player.
Our offensive lineman from Oceanside. Tell us, how far did Oceanside go this season?
We had a tough season. We went 4-7, I believe. We got eliminated in the first round. I still had fun with my boys, though. It was a great time.
What's your favorite part about playing football?
Just the team. I love my teammates. They're everything. They make the sport, and it's just fun going out with my boys every game.
It's your senior year. All these guys are seniors. How sentimental and like how emotional is this game for all of you guys?
It's really sad just to see this is possibly my last game. But it's exciting to see the future, my next chapter. I'm excited for going to college, and I just can't wait.
And on that note, where are you going?
I'll be attending Army West Point for the next 4 years.
Awesome. I've been asking these guys this question. What were the goals that you set out for yourself this season? And also, what are the goals that you have for your college life?
It's just be better every rep. Go 100% every play and always be better. Do better every play. That's my main goal. Is just be the best you can and do better every play.
We'll leave it on that note then. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Go have fun out there.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we'll send it back to you up there.
And we had a false start on the South. That'll knock them back 5 yards. But when Erica was interviewing Andy White, the offensive guard out of Merritt Mesa, Marquise Bell had a nice hit on Savion Yoakley on the near side. 2nd and 15 for the South. Ball lies at the 40. Giles and Delcor in the backfield. Pressure off the edge. Quick hit to Hammond. He's brought down by Hassan and Iyabi out of Mission Hills. Flag on the field. We have a personal foul roughing the passer. Tack on 15. Looks like it won't be enough for a first down. Oh, it looks like they are going to give him a first down. Okay. First and 10 from the 28. Delcor in the backfield with Giles. Giles will look over the middle. Nothing there. Pocket collapses. Giles will tuck and run. Gets to the edge and is brought out of bounds. Looked like by number 33. That was Christian Surem out of Carlsbad. Linebacker fullback for the Lancers. A flag on the field. Mom Kyra Surem wanted to make sure she had a shout out to her son Christian, scholar athlete, 4.2 GPA, so proud. Born and raised in Carlsbad, has 3 brothers and 2 German Shepherds. He loves fantasy football. And the penalty will put the ball at the North 10 with 6:11 remaining here in the 4th quarter. The jump ball to Yoakley and the interception by by El Camino's defensive back, Marquise Bell. So Bell had the big hit in one of those interviews and just had the interception. Yoakley fell to the ground, and Bell came up with the INT in the end zone. Let's go ahead and take another look. So obviously the matchup you like to see, Giles, one-on-one, Yoakley. And unfortunately, Yoakley, great position by Bell, hip to hip, saw the ball in the air, eyes up, and brought it down for the INT. So Bell on that drive with the big hit and interception for the El Camino Wildcat. And actually, the South had a tough time on offense. Machiavelli had a couple big plays at the beginning of that fourth quarter, and Bell does his damage with the interception. Now under 6 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Caden Van Out, the San Marcos running back, 6 foot, 205-pound back. Had 4 rushing touchdowns, 4 games with 100-plus rushing yards, 137 attempts for 839 yards. And a fullback dive up the middle. Gains a couple. Caden's dad, Chris, reached out and spoke highly of his kid. Wanted to make sure he gave him a shout out. Caden was a 3-year varsity starting running back and captain at San Marcos. Had about 2,000 scrimmage yards and a dozen touchdowns in his career. He was also named team MVP. And a great job by that South defense in getting to the ball behind the line of scrimmage. Not much room to work with for the running back on that play. Ball at the 25 brings up a 3rd and 5 for the North. 4:20 and counting. Oh, that was 3rd down. This is 4th. Tough snap. Picked up cleanly. And Malachi Keels on the punt. Gets it inside the South 40, and that's where they will start their next offensive possession at their own 36. So as mentioned before, this game will have an MVP for both sides, the North and the South. Josh Osborne, pressure from the edge. Pocket collapses, he'll tuck and run for a gain of 2. Two-yard pickup brings up a 2nd and 8 from the 38. And we will now send it down on the field to Erica Cardenas, who's now on the north side.
Hey guys, I'm with Christian Serum. You played for Carlsbad. Tell us, what was the final record of Carlsbad this year?
We went 11-1, and we went 10-0 in the regular season, and then we lost in the championship.
Still an amazing season. What did you guys do right all season long?
What, come again?
An amazing season for Carlsbad. What did you guys do right all season long?
All off season?
All season.
All season. We just kept it together. We just had the culture of everyone buying in, and we kept on winning, and that's just how we did it.
Senior year, what's it mean for you to get to play in one of the biggest traditions in San Diego?
It means a lot to me. I'm honored to play in this All-Star game. It means a lot.
Final question for you, Christian. What do you love about playing football?
I just love just being with the whole team, just having like the brotherhood of having all your friends around you, and you guys just get to play ball.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Christian. Have fun. Have fun out there. All right, Bo, we'll send it back to you.
And this deep ball near side to Yoakley. Inside the 5, walks in for a South touchdown. Clash Osborne, a beautiful ball to Yoakley. Grayson Halton also had an exceptional catch on the far side of the field. I'm hoping we can show both the instant replays on that. Let's see Yoakley at the bottom of your screen. Man-to-man defense, and Yoakley just beats the defender. Gets the best of Carmelo Chapman right there. Yeah, it's tough to defend Yoakley when you're pressed up on the line and with his length and size, as you can see right here. Just unable to get any hands off of him. A clean release by Yoakley. And a nice ball by Arsborn. I mean, Chapman, he was a step or two behind. A bad ball. Chapman definitely could have knocked it away. And a good job right there by Chance Matson knocking that ball away for incompletion. Is there any way we could get Halton's grab? That was 2 plays before. Maybe. It was. That was Yoakley's second touchdown. So, yeah, there's a little talk on our side for the South MVP. I'd like to hear what you guys think. South MVP Yoakley or Grayson Halton? It'll be interesting to see. I mean, Yoakley has both touchdowns, but Halton has done it offensively and defensively. Yeah, and we have some defensive guys here in the booth. So it sounds like whoever we go with, whether it be Halton or Yoakley, you can't go wrong with. Halton does have a reception, multiple tackles for loss. And that was Zane Delcor will be brought down from behind. And we have Erica Cardenas with another player from the north side. Let's send it down to her.
Hey guys, I'm with QB of the Ramona Bulldogs, Devin Sobjack. What's it like playing QB for your coach and the longest tradition in San Diego, the Alex Spanos All-Star Classic?
Being out here with all the guys we competed with, throughout the years, and coming out with my head coach. He's a great coach, and just competing with all the guys is really fun out here.
You guys have something different going on. Every time I look at one of your guys' profiles on social media, you guys are all following each other. Do you all know each other?
Yeah, on the All-Star team? Oh yeah, it's just from playing with each other, we all have connections with each other, and it's really fun out here.
It's your senior year. What's it mean to you to get to play in this game and just do it one more time with these guys?
It means a lot. I've always watched this game throughout my younger years in high school, and being able to play in it, it's really cool.
QB, you're the brains of the team. What's the best part of being this position?
Just leading the guys. They all look up to you, even if you can't tell. They're always looking up to you. You just got to lead by example.
All right, final question, Devin. What do you love most about this sport?
About the sport, the brotherhood for sure. Just being with all the guys, practice, film, games, all of it. I love it.
I love it, Devin. One more time, how do you say your last name?
It's Sobzak.
Sobzak. All right, guys, we're going to send Devin back into the game, but Devin, thank you so much. Devin Sobzak, he's playing for the Ramona Bulldogs. We'll send it back to you guys up there.
And thank you, Erica. That was Devin Sobzak, the quarterback out of Ramona. 22 passing touchdowns, completed better than 63% of his passes. Has a rushing touchdown, or had a rushing touchdown earlier in this game. 5 rushing touchdowns on the season. Added 204 yards on the ground. And got Ramona to a section championship game against Mater Dei. Unfortunately fell short against the now state champs. And South with the ball at midfield. This is Nate Roble Cristobal with Elijah Lux in the backfield. Yoakley at the bottom of your screen. Hammond at the top of your screen. Cristobal finds a lane and will slide inside the 45. Once again, the pocket collapsing around him. Finds some room and picks up a gain of 7 on the ground with his legs. South will look to get up to the ball quickly. Cristobal with the deep ball, far sideline, broken up by Carmelo Chapman. That incomplete pass brings up a 3rd and 3 for the South. Rodick, your slot receiver at the bottom of your screen, lined up next to Savion Yokley. Nate Cristobal, and the play broken up in the backfield, disrupted by number 44. We've mentioned his name a few times today, Peter Iyabi. And Will Robinson, was that Will Robinson on the recovery? I think so, maybe. Here, let's run that back. Iyabi at the top of your screen, off the edge, untouched. Tackled the running back and the quarterback at the same time. And that was number 24 on the recovery, Malik Hassan out of Del Norte. So Will Robinson and Malik Hassan, the linebackers, leading the way for that stout defense. And once again, that big hit by Peter Iyabi out of Mission Hills. Off the edge, untouched. I mean, that was the read for Cristobal. But when you're coming downhill, that's just tough to defend. And Erica is now with another player. Let's send it down to her on the north side.
Hey guys, I'm here with Malachi Keels, wide receiver from Orange Glen. Malachi, you're a total star. Tell us, what do you love about playing football?
I just love suiting up with my brothers. I've been thinking about playing football like since I was a young kid, playing in my balcony and all that stuff. It's just fun. I love football. I just have a passion for it.
It's the Alex Spanos All-Star Classic, the best of the best. How long have you heard about this game, and what's it mean to you to get to play here?
I heard about it last year, or 2 years ago, when a former teammate, Kel Patterson, he was able to play here, and it's a blessing to be one of the top seniors in the county to play here.
Absolutely. Orange Glen, for those at home who don't know, how far did you guys go this season?
We went to the first round of playoffs, and we lost to El Capitan in overtime.
Yes, but you guys still had an amazing season. What was the best part of playing for this team?
The best part was we went through a lot of controversy. Like, we had a lot of COVID situations and a lot of roadblocks, but we faced them all, and we came out and just did our thing.
What did you learn from all of this?
It taught me to never give up and just keep following my dreams and keep working hard.
Are we going to see you in any other sports before your senior year ends?
Yes, man. Track and field.
All right. So, guys, we'll watch out for Malachi. What event do you participate in?
The 200, 100, and the 4x1.
All right. So all the best events, 200, 400, and 4x1. Malachi, thank you so much. It looks like they're going to win this one, guys. We'll send it back to you, and then we'll come back down here.
And be careful, Erica. They're getting the water and the Gatorade. Bring it over to Coach Baldwin. And Coach Baldwin just doesn't have the moves to get around these all-stars from the north. Congratulations to Ramona head coach, Coach Baldwin. If one wasn't enough, here's another douse for you. As you earned it, the North goes on to win their 5th straight game against the South, beating them 35-12. Erica was with Malachi Keels, the possible MVP for the North. And I think for the South, Grayson Halton is going to be your MVP. Let's have Erica. So once again, the North wins this one convincingly, 35-12 for their 5th straight win. We're going to try to catch up with Coach Baldwin. They're doing the ceremony first? Okay. So we're going to take a quick breather here as they're doing the ceremony and presentation of the MVP awards. And the captains for the South side, they're going to give plaques and awards. Both South captains reigning from St. Augustine, Saintsmen Grayson Halton and Isaiah Presley. Halton, possibly your South MVP. And your North captains, number 8, linebacker out of Mission Hills, Jaden Latua. And Oceanside offensive lineman, number 77, Jonah Zimmerman. You're looking at the South captains right now. And the North captains, big Jonah Zimmerman and number 8, Jaden Latua. And it was just announced Grayson Halton is your South MVP. So $500 will go to the St. Augustine program.
And the MVP for the North, wide receiver number 80.
And the wide receiver for the North will be Malachi Keels out of Orange Glen. Had about a handful of receptions and a touchdown. He looked good here today with the ball in his hands. A guy that was often overlooked in the San Diego community, obviously coming out of a smaller school of Orange Glen. But he played well today. I'd be surprised if we didn't see Keels at the next level, having impact on any offense he joins. And Coach Baldwin giving a nice tap on his back. And congratulations to the North side. 5th straight victory for them over the North here in this Alex Spanos Classic. And we're just waiting to get a hold of Coach Baldwin after he celebrates with his North side.
but you're good character too, right? I mean, the stuff that happened this part of football, you guys held your composure, but everybody played tonight, everybody contributed. This was an ultimate team all-star win. So, hey, you guys band together. I hope you all stay in touch with each other in your futures. I'm always available for you if you need anything. Our coaches are always available for you. Coach McCoy and his staff, Coach Bernardo, did a great job. Thank you to everybody that coached the game, Coach Novak, Maranatha, Coach Jesse from Howard. But everybody is so proud of what you guys did because, you know, there's a lot of talk about the South and D1 guys and all that kind of stuff. You guys showed the true football that you did. Hey, to go into your futures now, whatever you're going to do, and do me a favor, stay together. Stay in touch with each other. Okay? Because this is something special. And coming out of COVID, you're the first team out of COVID, right? Stay together, share your cell phone, social media, stay friends because this is big and you're going to remember this the rest of your lifetime. I'm really proud of you. Now, when we're done here after the picture, we got to go back to the locker room, okay? You're going to take your pants off and you're going to turn those into a tub. And then the coaches are going to hand out, we're handing out some gear to you. You got sweatshirts and some shirts.
That's me.
They're taking a photo. And then we'll do it.
That's cool. I won't. I'm gonna go to. Yeah, just go to it right now.
Hey guys, I'm down here with Coach Damon Baldwin. The North just won. Coach, 5 straight wins for the North now. You were part of all of them. Tell us, what does this mean to you?
Well, it's just, you know, North, South, San Diego County, whatever you call it. It's like it's good to have that tradition thing going. And thanks to the Chargers for sponsoring this game and the association, High School Sports Association, everybody that put this thing together. Not having it last year with the COVID thing, there was a lot of seniors along last year that graduated in April or June that didn't get to play in this thing. So that was sad. But so these guys sort of carried that torch, and they didn't want to be that team that turned the streak over. So I'm just really proud of them.
Coach, it's hard to keep winning. And the South team, I mean, they are stacked with amazing players. What did it take for you guys to beat them tonight?
We talk about playing team football. They got a lot of great players over there, and we know that they have some players from Cathedral and Mater Dei and Scripps Ranch that weren't able to play in the game because they're in their state. But they got a lot of good players down there. Coach Arciega and his staff did a great job. But we felt like we were really bringing a great brand of team football this year.
Coach, we've been asking these players all night long what the best part about being a football player is. Time to ask you, what's the best part about being a football coach?
Football coach is sort of, when you can't play the game anymore, you get to coach it. And I never feel like I go to work. You know, every day is special. You're working with these young men, and it's great when you feel like you connect with them, not only in sport, but, you know, teaching them to take what they're learning to go on in their life, because life's quick, as we know, and it's just fun to be able to help develop these guys.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Coach. Is there anything you want to add?
Go North.
All right. We'll see you next year, Coach. All right, you guys, final score was 35-12. The North took it for the 5th year in a row. Of course, last year there was COVID. I think Coach Baldwin just sent us off on a great note. You guys, thank you so much for being with us here tonight. We'll catch you guys next time. I'm Erica Cardenas. We got the General Coffin down here, and from all of us at Cali Photo, thank you guys. We'll see you next time.